Freedom is not the absence of triggers. Freedom is the gap before you obey them. The text appears, the bill arrives, the guilt rises, the phone lights up, the silence stretches, the criticism lands, and before wisdom even speaks, the body has already moved. That is not freedom. That is obedience. This week, we practiced under pressure. Feel the relationship pull, but do not chase it. Face money fear with a plan before panic takes over. Finish one clean task to calm the body. Hold the boundary after guilt arrives. Make the screen wait before it gets command. Train the gap until freedom feels normal. These are not separate lessons. They are different doors into the same nervous system pattern. A signal appears, the body treats it like a command, and you move before you examine. That is how people lose command of themselves, not because they are weak. Because their nervous system has been trained to react faster than wisdom can enter the room. Someone becomes distant. The tone changes. The reply gets colder. The silence gets longer. And suddenly your body says, text them. Explain again. Fix it. Prove you care. Prove you are still worth choosing. But the pull is not always love. Sometimes the pull is panic. Sometimes the pull is your nervous system trying to close a loop another person created. The Stoic does not obey every impression. He examines the pull before surrendering command. You can care without chasing. You can love without abandoning yourself. Then money fear arrives. The bill you do not open, the number you do not check, the decision you keep delaying. And the unknown becomes a monster. Not because the number is always impossible, but because your body has no closure. So the repair is not pretending everything is fine. The repair is opening the number, writing the plan, choosing one next step. The Stoic does not deny pressure. He faces reality without letting fear govern judgment. A plan is not just financial repair. It is evidence to the nervous system that you are not helpless. Then the unfinished task appears. The email, the appointment, the corner of the room, the form, the thing you keep avoiding. Each one whispers, still open, still waiting, still unresolved. And your nervous system keeps patrolling. So finish one clean task, not the whole life. One task, one loop, one proof that command is returning. Then comes the boundary. You say no. You protect your peace. You finally draw the line. But then guilt arrives. They get quiet. They look disappointed. They push back. And your body wants to soften everything. Explain again. Apologize again. Make your no smaller. But the boundary is not tested when you say it. The boundary is tested when guilt arrives. Virtue is not approval. Courage often feels uncomfortable before it feels clean. Your peace does not need permission. Your no does not need a courtroom defense. Then the screen lights up, and the body moves. Not because you chose, because you have been trained. Every instant check teaches the nervous system that the alert is master. Every delayed check teaches the nervous system that you are. Attention is the gate of judgment. Guard the gate. Make the screen wait long enough to remember you are the one in command. This is the work. The gap may begin as 1 second, 1 breath, 1 moment before the old pattern takes over. The text appears. Pause. The bill arrives. Pause. The guilt rises. Pause. The phone lights up. Pause. The fear speaks. Pause. The old model trained recognition. Recognition says, I know I should not react. But regulation says, my body can stay steady long enough for wisdom to choose. That is Stoicism 2.0. Not fake calm, not emotional suppression, not pretending you feel nothing. Training enough regulation for wisdom to enter the room. A quote cannot save you if your body obeys the trigger before wisdom arrives. But the gap can be trained. And when the gap grows, you become harder to provoke, harder to guilt, harder to rush, harder to manipulate, harder to pull into someone else's chaos. Freedom is not having no reaction. Freedom is no longer being ruled by the first reaction. That is the architecture. That is the repair. That is the return of command. That is a leak. A leak is any repeated pattern that drains your energy, weakens your judgment, and makes you easier to govern by fear, approval, ambiguity, or stimulation. Take the free nervous system audit. Stop guessing. Name the leak beneath the pattern. The conversation does not end here. We are going deeper in the next videos. Come back, stay supported, stay loved, stay hopeful, and train the gap until freedom feels normal.